School District Board of Education, I hereby certify that all provisions of the New Jersey state law have been met. Notice of this meeting was mailed to South Jersey Times, the Sentinel, and the Daily Journal, as well as the municipal clerks of Help and Franklin Township. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm going to do our roll call. Mr. Petrella. Mr. Petrella. Mrs. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Dorminio.
Here.
Mr. Lightfoot.
Here.
Mr. DeWoody.
Here.
Mr. DiMatteo.
Here.
Mr. Borelli.
Here.
Mrs. DeSilvia.
Here.
President is present. Thank you. There were no presentations?
No, ma'am.
Can I have a motion for reading in a minute?
Make motion, we accept that down. Second.
Any questions? All in favor? Just very good. Thank you. We're all present.
Sorry. There was a kitten that stopped in the middle of the road, so I was like, I have to get it out of the middle of the road. I'm so sorry.
I'm sure the rest of us are right there
On
with you.
Swedesboro Road.
You just moved it.
Yeah, so it was like literally sitting in the middle, like in the line, and I was like, okay, someone's gonna hit the kitten. There's like a black cat. I was like, I need to get this kitten out of the road. So I was like, but I didn't know it was scurvy, so I was like, okay, like go kitten. Like,
Oh, I love our Delsea kids. Do we have any citizens that care to be heard? How you doing, Harry?
Good. How about you, Kevin? Is it a new podium? Great. Harry Kennedy, 1578 Fry's Mill Road. Former board member, former administrator here, former mayor, former freeholder, former everything, right? But it's great to see all of you here and your service to the community. Thank you very much for doing that. It's often a thankless job with the outside, but anybody that's ever done it is very thankful that you're here. And I remember very well serving with the father of one of the present board members, who was my favorite board member of all times. I hate to admit it, but he was. What a class act. What I'm here for today is to talk about the 728 schools there are in the state of New Jersey. 728 high schools in the state of New Jersey. I would imagine probably between 125 and 150 Group 3 schools in the state of New Jersey. And Delsea can be proud for many things. Delsea's a beacon of excellence in a lot of areas. It's a beacon of excellence in its SAVE program and its junior ROTC, in its caring for the community and in the services that it provides. It is a beacon of excellence in a lot of areas, and I'm proud that my two children attended here, and as I've said, they got a good education. They both have Juris Doctorates. One's a vice president at Rowan University. The other one practices law right here in Franklin Township in Malaga on the corner in the Borelli building, if any of you are in that area. She used to be the school board solicitor. Both were athletes at this school, as were the sons and daughters of several of the board members. And I just thought it would be very remiss if I didn't comment on something that took place this year. Those of you that follow golf, and I know my good friend Mr. Borelli follows it very closely. We both used to play with Obi. We learned a lot about putting and giving putts and many other things from Mr. Oberg along the way in our golf career with him. There was something called the Tiger Slam, where Tiger held all four of the major events in golf at the same time. There's sort of a Tiger Slam in New Jersey at the present time. I think it's unprecedented, and it's something that should be acknowledged by me to you, to thank you for the support that you give to the students of Delsea Regional. You just had a football team finish second in the state, and there hadn't been a few mishaps, a bad penalty here or there, they probably would have been first. Did an excellent job, went all the way to the finals, second in the state. You have a boys track team that was number 1 in the state in the Group 3 track meet. All right, number 1 in the entire state of New Jersey, 758 schools. In addition to that, you have a wrestling team that was number 1 in the state. Number 1, Group 3 champions, a wrestler that finished second in the state. That's a trifecta that's probably unheard of. You also had a baseball team finish as the South Jersey Group 3 champions. Now, we all get rated all the time. You guys rate the superintendent, give her glowing reports, I'm sure, at all times. We get rated on the excellence of our school system. It gets done in both official and unofficial ways. But to have a trifecta like that, of 3 sports teams bringing back that publicity to Delsea Regional High School is a singular honor. It's really something great. And I have a feeling, much like Friday Night Lights, when they wrote the story of Friday Night Lights, they wrote the story of the team that finished second in the state, and they came back to win it the following year. That actually is a fairly young team, although they'll lose some talent. They had a great year. The other teams had a great year. They wouldn't have had a great year if it wasn't for your success. And I'm sure that success carries over to other areas, the play, the JROTC, the marching band, whatever, the mock trial team. But those 3 stand out because they got acknowledgement throughout the entire state. And I can remember coming out here the first time I ever spoke to the board. It was as a 20-some-year-old, so you know how long ago that was, Joe. The board president at that time, Mr. Borelli, Frank's uncle, for some reason asked me to come out and say something about sports at Delsea. I don't know why he did, but he did. And I said I'd be happy to do it, Mr. Borelli, because he said some people in the community don't think it's worthwhile, don't think it's money well spent, would rather spend it on something else. I was happy to do it then, and I'm happy to do it now. I'm sure I did it much more eloquently in those days when I had my full faculties as opposed to my advanced age right now. But the same glow of satisfaction and pride in the community is existent. And I take it with the SAVE program and the band and the drama club and the mock trial team and everything else. But to have those 3 stand out in the entire state of New Jersey, to have a football team out of 728 schools that's ranked 5th in the state, to have a track team and a wrestling team that are straight state champions is indeed a singular honor, and congratulations to all of you, and thank you very much. I've watched, I think, most of the games from back in the days when Jimmy Broslow was the quarterback in the first Delsea year. My brother Paul was on the first wrestling team with Jim Feebig as a coach. All right, the track team all the way back. It's been an interesting journey, and I've enjoyed every bit of it, and I've enjoyed the academic successes as well, and I hope you all have many more in the future. And I'm sure we'll be talking a lot more as the year comes on, as I get even more involved in the civic endeavors of Franklin Township. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you very much, Harry.
Jim Bronson never did before. Anything? I think it's 2 years ahead.
Would there be any other citizens to be heard?
Dr. Bronson.
Very good. Committees, personnel, Mr. Borelli.
Thank you, Madam President. I make a motion to approve the following teaching staff hires as listed. Second.
Any questions? Roll call vote. Mrs. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Dorminio,
Yes.
Mr. Lightfoot,
Yes.
Mr. DeWoody,
Yes.
Mr. DeMattia,
Yes.
Mr. Borelli,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSilvio,
Yes.
President votes yes, motion is passed.
I make a motion to approve the following non-teaching staff hires as listed. Second.
Any questions? Roll call vote. Mrs. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Dorminio,
Yes.
Mr. Lightfoot,
Yes.
Mr. DeWoody,
Yes.
Mr. DeMattia,
Yes.
Mr. Borelli,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSilvio,
Yes.
President votes yes, motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve the following resignation as listed. Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve the following leaves of absence as listed.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve the following staff as home instructors for the 2022-23 school year at a previously approved rate.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
Make a motion to approve the following staff to attend the Foundation's monthly workshop for the 22-23 school year at a rate of $45 per hour as listed.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call vote. Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Dorminio?
Yes.
Mr. Lightfoot?
Yes.
Mr. Dinwiddie?
Yes.
Mr. DiMatteo?
Yes.
Mr. Borelli?
Yes.
Mrs. De Silvia? Yes.
That's it.
That concludes my report, Madam President.
President Burgess, thank you so much. Budget and Finance, would anyone like to take Budget and Finance for,
Oh, I can, sorry.
very good, thank you.
Scroll up there. Here we go. I make a motion to approve the board secretary report in accordance with New Jersey state law for the month of October 2022. The board secretary certifies that no line item account has been overexpended in violation of New Jersey state law and that sufficient funds are available to meet the district's financial obligations for the remainder of the fiscal year.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve the treasurer's report in accordance with state law for the month of October 2022. The treasurer's report and secretary's report are in agreement for the month of October 2022.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve in accordance with New Jersey state law the certification of the board secretary that there are no changes in anticipated revenue amounts or revenue sources.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve the Board of Education certification pursuant to New Jersey state law. We certify that after review of the secretary's monthly financial report in the appropriations section and upon consultation with the appropriate district officials, that to the best of our knowledge, no major accounts or fund has been overexpended in violation of New Jersey state law, and that sufficient funds are available to meet the district's financial obligations for the remainder of the fiscal year.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve the report of transfers for October 2022.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call vote. Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Dorminio?
Yes.
Mr. Lightfoot?
Yes.
Mr. Dinwiddie?
Yes.
Mr. DiMatteo?
Yes.
Mr. Borelli?
Yes.
Mrs. De Silvia? Yes. President Rich, yes, the motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve the following bills as listed.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call vote. Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Dorminio?
Yes.
Mr. Lightfoot?
Yes.
Mr. Dinwiddie?
Yes.
Mr. DiMatteo?
Yes.
Mr. Borelli?
Yes.
Mrs. De Silvia? Yes. President Rich, yes, the motion has passed. Thank you very much, Mrs. Miller, I appreciate that. Education, Mr. Dinwiddie.
I make a motion to approve the following clinics and workshops as listed.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call vote. Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Dorminio?
Yes.
Mr. Lightfoot?
Yes.
Mr. Dinwiddie?
Yes.
Mr. DiMatteo?
Yes.
Mr. Borelli?
Yes.
Mrs. De Silvia? Yes. President Rich, yes, the motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve the 2022 curriculum development assignments as listed.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve the biannual Safe Return to Schools plan as required by New Jersey Department of Education.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve receipt of the 2022 NJ GPA results.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve the receipt of the 2022 Stay Strong results.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed. Thank you very much, Mr. Dupuy. Policy, Mrs. Miller.
I make a motion to approve on the first reading the following policy and regulation as listed.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion has passed. Thank you again, Mrs. Miller, for that report. Athletic activity, Mr. Lightfoot.
I make a motion to approve the following athletic position for the 2022-2023 school year as listed.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve Stephen Gillard to attend female wrestling events at $25 per hour for the 2022-2023 school year.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call vote, Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Dormeo.
Yes.
Mr. Lightfoot.
Yes.
Mr. Duty.
Yes.
Mr. DiMatteo.
Yes.
Mr. Borelli.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSilvio. Yes. President Rich, yes, motion has passed. Thank you very much, Mr. Lightfoot. Building and grounds, Mr. DiMatteo.
Make a motion to approve the following facility requests as listed.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed. Thank you very much, Mr. DiMatteo. Cafeteria, Mrs. DeSilvio.
I make a motion to approve the following cafeteria report for October 2022 as listed.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed. Thank you very much, Mrs. Sylvia. Transportation, Mr. Dorminian.
Thank you. Make a motion to approve the school bus evacuation drills that were completed on October 17th through the 20th of 2022.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
Make a motion to approve the following 2022-23 transportation jointures as listed.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
I make a motion to approve the following 2022-23 transportation jointure as listed.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed. Thank you very much, Mr. Dorminian.
You're welcome.
Superintendent's report.
Recommend the board approve the following special education tuition student placements as listed.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call vote, Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Dorminian.
Yes.
Mr. Lightfoot.
Yes.
Mr. Duty.
Yes.
Mr. DiMatteo.
Yes.
Mr. Borelli.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSilvia. President Rich, yes, motion has passed.
Recommend the board approve the following field trips in accordance with our fee schedule and educational significance as listed.
So moved. Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
Recommend the board approve the October 2022 high school middle school aid report as presented last month.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion has passed.
Recommend the board acknowledge receipt of the November 2022 high school middle school aid report as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion has passed.
District reports are there for your approval.
Thank you very much, Dr. Burns. Student board member report. Ms. Coe.
Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
Good. I apologize for my tardiness. But
You were on a rescue mission.
I felt like I had to turn around and like go get that cat. I felt obligated to. But anyway, I only have good things to report. I mean, it's kind of a shifting month for Delsea, I'd say, because football season's wrapping up and other awards things are wrapping up and then shifting into a new new year for us, really. But yeah, I mean, the football team did fantastic, second in the state. And I know that we have basketball season coming up, mock trials getting ready to perform their trial. Play auditions are Monday. We have a winter spirit week coming up. So there's definitely tons of things to look forward to. But for right now, I'd just say Delsea's pretty strong, going pretty well. I mean, we're successful, so I'm hoping to see a lot of that success in the new year when all of our new stuff starts to come up. But as for now, I'd just like to say, Delsea's pretty superior, I'd say. So we hope to see more of that.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Executive board member report, Mrs. Miller.
I have two things, and the first one, I should have asked Joe if he knows about this more, but I guess you guys can ask him. The governor, I think like 3 weeks ago, in response to the youth mental health crisis, and we were talking about that nationally and in New Jersey, the New Jersey Department of Children and Families announced the rollout of RFPs to advance the launch of NJ statewide, and I'm reading off to the start, statewide student support services. It's called NJ4S, and it's going to be like a network of integrated prevention and intervention programming for all New Jersey students and their families. And I believe it's slated to begin in the 23-24 school year, and there is funding for this, so maybe that will help with some of the mental health things. And the other thing that Governor Murphy signed was on the 30th was a new school mapping bill. So in addition to how our schools had to be mapped in the past on paper, now they require, that we do extra mapping data, like aerial pictures of the school, floor plans, including every room number, access points, hazardous material locations, and things like that.
So Delsea actually already did that. We were a little bit ahead.
Okay.
So we're fully mapped, and we actually had a training, call it a training session or a tabletop exercise, where other schools came in to watch what would happen, and they literally had bad guys set up, and if it happens here, and what would happen next, and our police were there, and this is what we would do, So we've been mapped, and we're ready to go with all of that. It makes you feel a lot safer, and it makes you, once everyone's in the room, and they're actually talking about a real incident, and the police are there saying, we would be looking at this, which is a way we're not thinking necessarily.
Which is kind of crazy too, that it took that long for them to come up with that because of the school shootings, even like Columbine, like how many years ago was that? And they that now they're deciding, this is probably a good idea. It is pretty crazy. But
Who has the mapping?
So we have a copy of it in school, and the police department has a copy of that. They have access, and I believe the county, does the county as well? I'm pretty sure they do.
Any
Because if there's-
OEM, and it's all gridded the same throughout it's supposed to be throughout the state. We know throughout the county, they're all gridded the same way.
So when they say to someone, instead of going to room N103, they look on the grid and say, go to, J4, and everybody knows exactly where J4 is.
But to the best of your knowledge, it's not something on the internet that some whack.
No.
Use against them.
No, that's a hard copy in the building, right?
That's excellent. And it is surprising that it took
oh, wait,
this long.
yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Looks like a move in the right direction. There we go. School business administrator report.
Recommend the board approve the school health insurance fund indemnity agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Abstained.
Before I end my report, just as kind of for the information of the board, we had a committee meeting Wednesday. Thursday, we had a dinner for the joint insurance fund, which we joined a year and a half ago. Just an insurance provider group of districts get together, they buy in bulk like we do and so many other things. We had our dinner at Delsea total at the end of the event with award, safety grant. I don't remember all the names, but we ended up with $7,000 coming back to us for safety. So we did real well actually. Good. So they include reporting of if there was a workers' comp case, reporting within 24 hours, general safety, and we actually won what was the title of the Safety District of the Year. So
That's
so $7,000 we put towards safety next year.
Excellent.
That completes my report.
Thank you for sharing it. Would there be any old business to be heard? Any new business?
I'll just say, my last meeting, thank you so much to everybody. I really enjoyed my 3 years on the board. I'm excited for what I'm going to be doing more of with my personal life. And also, the time on the board that I was here was COVID, and, you know, kids not in school. And it seems like if you tell somebody that you were on the school board, like, you know, for the past 3 years, I'm like, oh, it had to be like a really hard, you know, and it's actually was easy because of the administration, and it really was a great time, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Des.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so
Well,
much.
I'll echo that.
It truly
This
was
was my
a pleasure.
last meeting too. And it was great to meet and get to know everybody, or be reintroduced to some. And yeah, I agree. COVID was interesting. We'll just put it like that. But I wish everyone good luck, and I wish the newly elected that are coming on board for this luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you
It
guys.
truly was a pleasure to,
Appreciate it. It's been a pleasure serving with you. Thank you, both of you.
definitely.
He's just gonna miss me helping him with his computer.
Thank you
I got
again.
my, so that
I got.
Oh, he already has, yeah, she's married.
he needs a lot of help.
Well, my first meeting, he was like, "Wait, how do I?" I was like, "Hold on, I got you. Don't touch it."
Well, last dance.
Thank you. Would there be any more citizens to be heard? I'd like a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all very much.